Welcome to 100 Yards of Football, and tonight is our Legend segment. I'm your host, Bobby Butler, and I'm telling you right now, I got some legends from the great city of Delray Beach on with me tonight. These are my boys right here. This is my group right here. We started playing football together back in 1969 and 1970. I got with me tonight, I got Mr. Ernest, P. Nanny Robinson with me on tonight. I got Bernard Groove Parker on with me. And I got the baby Parker brother. We got Thad Parker on with us tonight, our middle linebacker from 1970. Hey guys, welcome to the show.
This is before the
show.
Madness starts, the Chiefs Kingdom is filing in.
I want y'all to hear this shout out right here.
You see everything. Guys warming up on the field. Let's go Chiefs!
We about to get live. Me and my son getting live here at the game. What's up? Go Chiefs!
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I had to show that shout out. That's from my homeboy from West Palm Beach, Carlos Carson. You know, he was a great Kansas City Chief. Matter of fact, Carlos was in the Kansas City Chief Hall of Fame. And he's still living out there, man. And he was at the game yesterday, all excited, but we know it didn't turn out well for him. But anyway, Carlos, we appreciate you, brother. We love you, man. Hey, listen, man, you guys right here, man, what can I say? Every time I think about any one of you guys that's on this show with me tonight, man, I don't do nothing but smile and laugh and think about 1970, man. I mean,
great year, man.
That year, listen, for me, that year, it set me off. It started me in the right place, man. And I was with you guys. So we're gonna get into that. We're gonna talk about that, right? Because now I don't know for y'all, you know, Delray has got a strong football tradition. We all know that.
Yeah.
That's on this podcast. And we got a chance before we really start playing organized football to witness the greatest high school show of all time, which was Carver High School in Delray Beach.
Carver High, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Exactly. So let me ask you this, man. I'm gonna start with you, Groove. Who was your guy on Carver's High football team? Which one of the players that you loved the most?
My brother, Donnie, number 71.
Okay. All right.
Donnie Dawson, number 71. And Randy Strong. And Randy Strong.
Randy Strong was a next door neighbor of yours, right?
Yes, he got us started.
He got you started.
He got us started in a different way, playing football, everything.
Everything. Well, you know,
he was the first person. He was the first person we ever had to call Coach. Coach Strong.
I love it. Well, you know, as I look at these pictures right here on the side, man, that's us.
Oh man,
130 pounds. Stop right there, Jeremiah. Now that's the guys right there. That 1970 year, that was our backfield right there. You know,
that's it.
We ran that old T formation. Y'all remember that?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And so if you look at the bottom right, that's Bernard right there, Groove right there on the bottom right. I'm number 10 standing behind Bernard. On the front row next to Bernard is Winston Davis. He was our quarterback. Next to Winston on the front row was Nelson McMurray, and he was our fullback. Behind Nelson is number 30. That's P. Nanny. That's Ernest Robinson right there. And then we have Van, Preston Williams. We call him Van, number 31. And you know what I remember, y'all? It didn't matter which one of us touched the ball. Whoever touched it,
we was going.
Go.
Touchdown.
We was going.
So Groove. You know, I remember back in that day, like I say, any one of us touched that ball. I remember that little bell they used to play. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. He gone.
Remember the game at Boca? Third play of the game, crossbuck 32.
Crossbuck 32.
I was gone.
Gone.
The only one ran the touchdown was me that game.
That's right.
Tight game.
That's right. We won that game 7-0, right?
7-0 Crossbuck 32.
Wow. Now, Pete Nanny. Now, when you played, before we talk about that, in your house, I believe, this is my belief, y'all tell me if y'all think I'm wrong, the all-time Delray Rock player of all time, if we had to put one face on Delray Rock, it'd be your brother, Snake Robinson.
Snake Robinson.
Listen, nobody better. And I know I haven't seen all of them, right? But I know it couldn't be nobody any better than that right there. So what was that like for you, when you started playing and then you had an older brother playing and was playing at a high level? What was that like for you? You want to be better? Hey, we got to unmute. We got to unmute P. Nanny. He muted. The phone is muted.
Who's on?
P. Nanny,
take your phone.
Yeah. Let unmute it. Unmute it.
Okay.
There we go. So what did you say again? You want to be better?
I want to be better.
I know that's right.
Well, I learned a lot from him.
Yeah, exactly. But
yeah, I learned a lot.
He was a dynamic football player, man. I mean, that guy right there. You know what? When we played 85 pound, that's the baby team back in those days, right? We were the youngest team.
Yeah.
We got to the field first. We always got to the field first. We played our games. I think we were like 5:45, something like that. I think.
Yeah.
5:45. That was the time, right? Okay, so we played our games. We got it over, and we had the chance to stay around and watch the 105. And then we couldn't wait. When we heard the bus, we heard the chat on the bus.
Sir.
We know the 135 was coming. Yes, sir.
Just a bell.
Yeah.
Hey,
just a bell.
You know what? You know what he used to do for me? When I would hear him coming, the hair would stand up on the back of my neck, boy.
Yeah.
I said, boy, here they come.
You can hear him coming off his sweat.
You can hear
rocking.
him for blocks away.
Bus rocking.
So what was that like for y'all, man? I know my experience. What was that like for y'all, man?
When we had our opportunity, Bobby, we had our opportunity to get on that bus, we rocked it.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. We rocked it, man.
Yes, sir.
But that was something we had a chance to look forward to, right?
Yeah, we couldn't wait. We couldn't wait to get that age.
Right, because you didn't ride the bus until you got to 130.
Yes, sir.
Everybody else had the car to the game, right?
Yeah.
Oh man.
The home game.
That's
oh man. White shoes and white football shoes.
Yes, sir.
White football shoes.
White football shoes. That's right.
Gotta have on white football shoes.
Hey, Thad, let me ask you a question.
He has speed.
Thad, let me ask you a question. Because you were pretty much the youngest guy on the whole doggone team, man, right?
Yes, I was.
You had to be. But man, just like the Parkers, hey, all y'all can play the game. So you was our middle linebacker.
Yes.
You was the smallest kid on the team. You was the smallest
kid on the team.
And you was our middle linebacker.
I want 55 on 85. That's no job. Football cut me, you know.
Hey,
cut me. Had to tell TJ.
You heard me?
What'd you say, TJ?
Football cut me.
Oh yeah.
I was too small. I had my uniform. Next day, I got a suit by mistake. Doug said go back. I got a suit by mistake.
And
then that's the history. I tackled you first, moved in, man. And that was it. It went crazy.
Hey.
And I made the team.
That's right. Not only made the team, you was a major player.
The team.
When the time comes, he say they start linebacker, he say, bad Paul. I say, what?
That's right.
Because I went home crying. I went for promotion on my bike, crying because he cut me. They go back, you too good. And when I got to say, you was my number one linebacker, I was like, what?
That's right.
I was crazy.
Hey,
That's all my favorite number.
Right. Well, this is what I know. This is what I know. I don't care how small you were. You were a Parker.
Yes, sir.
So in your household, that meant something. There was no way you can go home and say I got cut from the team, or I'm sitting.
No.
So you had a lot to live up to.
Oh yeah.
But you lived up to it,
I
man.
want to go back because they already lived with me. But let's go back. I got the uniform. So
That's
what I
right.
can do. And made the team and stuff. Good job.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Well, let me say this, man. Last week I had your brother on. I had Doug on last week, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I had Doug. I had Butterbean. I had Arafat on last week, and we were talking about the different communities in Delray, right? So
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get a chance to talk with y'all about that as well, because you know, at the end of the day, we look over little old Delray Beach. We had guys in like P. Nanny was in Jefferson Manor, right?
Right.
All right. We had guys down in Frog Alley.
Yeah. Frog Alley.
We had Carver Park.
No, it's you.
Right?
At 6th Avenue.
And we had the boys on 6th Avenue. We call
6th
y'all
Avenue.
hey, we call 6th Avenue the city boys because y'all was right there downtown with everything, right? The pool room across the street.
Yeah.
Big G right there. Big G right there. Georgetown Tavern. Everything in the city, y'all was right there in it, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So let's talk about those communities, right? And then we had Ponciana Heights as well.
Yeah.
Over there with Vic, Tony Scott, Smitty.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
And the Wilson family, Bernard Wilson, all them, Alfonso Wilson, all them live over there, right? And even Baby Crab and Crab, they lived over there at the time.
Right.
Yeah.
So we had these different places in Delray that had some great football players in them, right? But but your brother Doug said last week that Southwest 6th Avenue was the best group in the whole city of Delray.
Yes, sir.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
We had our own field. We had our own field. We had our own field.
Y'all did. Y'all did.
Right down the road, we had our own field.
I said.
Well,
That's their opinion, Bobby.
Everybody else still from the ghetto because we still had to play in the road in the street. We didn't have our own field.
We had T-Town, Bobby. We had T-Town.
But let's think about
it.
But Bobby, once all of us went to the rocks,
we were one.
That was it.
We were one.
That was it.
We was one.
I want to say
something. Once all of us came together and went to the rocks, everybody was undefeated.
But let me say this one thing. I want to say something about Delray, which is important. People just need to know this, right? That little old bitty town, Delray Beach, Florida, produced some of the finest football players of any city in the nation.
Yes.
I'm talking about including Miami, including the big cities. Delray Beach, I'm telling you right now, produced some of the best football players anywhere in this nation. Now, when you think back, let's think back a little bit, guys, to Carver High days in 1968 and 1969.
Yeah. Right.
I want you to think about this now. We had so much talent at Carver that some of those guys had to go to Seacrest to play.
They split them up.
Split them up. Now, on top of them being split, you had some guys like in '68, the first year they won the title. You had in the backfield, you had Greg Dobson, Pop Grover, and Abraham Wooten, right?
Anthony Penn.
Well, Penn was the man. You know, Penn was the man, right?
But
you had, it was almost like our 80-pound team. We had 3 or 4 guys. Any one of us can get the ball and take it, right?
Right.
Yes, sir.
So you had all that talent, and then you had people catching the ball like Alfonso Wilson.
Yeah.
Alfonso
Robinson.
Bobby Brown.
Barry Hill.
And then you had Billy Plummer.
Right.
Come on, man. Listen.
Yeah.
Bobby, you got a good memory, bro.
I'm telling you.
You got a good memory.
All those guys on one team.
Yes.
Now think about this. I want all y'all to think about this. What if we never integrated our schools and we were still all together? Y'all didn't go to Boca. We all went to Carver. Somebody wasn't going to play.
Every year.
Yeah.
Somebody wasn't going to play.
Who could have beat us?
Right.
Somebody
Who could have
wasn't
beat
gonna
us?
play. But now, y'all see this right here? If you can read that, I want you to read that.
I can't see it.
You can't see it?
Can I read it too?
Okay, I'm going to read
Can't hardly see it.
It says 1978 Remembrance Party, Fighting Eagles, a cavalcade of champions. This is the history of Carver High before Coach Coffey started coaching, when Mr. Pompey was in charge of the sports program. Okay?
What?
All of y'all need this. All y'all need this because inside of here is the history of Delray Beach, right?
Yeah.
Hey, listen at this, man. Some of the men that were grown men when we were kids, that I just thought was just somebody's parent, somebody's dad. A lot of those guys were great football players back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, we just never knew about it. Of course, we knew about Red Odom, we knew about Bump Mitchell, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But man, there are some guys in here, man. Like you'll see, like man, what they were like that all conference, all world, right? You know, I never knew that Dusty Evans was a quarterback until I got this. He
was a quarterback?
Dusty Evans was the real deal quarterback.
I didn't say that.
Rob. And when I'm gonna send all y'all a copy of this on the email so y'all can have it.
Oh man.
Groove, I'm gonna send it to your email. This is gonna bless y'all right here.
Okay.
This is gonna give y'all the history. It's gonna really bless y'all.
Oh man.
You're really gonna see guys that you never knew that play ball. Because you know, if nobody don't tell us, we don't know.
That's right.
And y'all gonna be really messed up when y'all go, man, Mr. So-and-so. You know Benny Baldwin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Benny Baldwin was a stud. He had a brother named Oswald Baldwin, stud. So, you know, guys like that, man. Of course, y'all know about Bill Caesar. Of course, y'all know about Red Odom. But they played a game when I think a whole season, I think they only had somebody scored like maybe 20 points on the whole year. I mean, things like that. And they playing the best competition now because they're going all the way to Miami, playing Carver High in Miami. They're playing Dillard. Yeah. Fort Lauderdale. They're playing Blanchile in Pompano. You know, they're still going up north playing Fort Pierce. So they're going to Belgrade playing Lakeshore and Pahokee. They're playing the best. They're playing the best talent.
Man, Delray.
Hey, listen.
Delray is. Oh man.
Delray is a special player.
And we got this generation coming up now. They bad.
Well, let me tell you this. I went to the homecoming. I was at homecoming for Delray Rocks this year. Eric,
miss you, man.
Eric kept telling me, he said, Bobby, you got to come down here. I said, man, I want to come. So I ended up going down there. And this is what really got me, y'all. I remember how it was when we played, right? We didn't start playing at 5 o'clock. So Eric told me, he said, well, you need to come to the field probably about 7:45, 8 o'clock at the latest. I said, don't worry about it. I'm going to be on time. I'm going to be early. When I got there at 7:45, I couldn't find a park.
Couldn't find nowhere to park.
I'm like, where all these people this early in the morning?
Oh, yeah.
And so when I got in my car and I started walking toward the field, man, hey, listen, man, it got all over me, man.
Yeah.
I mean, tears was in my eyes, man, walking to the field.
Yeah.
And then I go out there, and the baby team is 6 and under playing, right?
Yeah.
And then I saw some familiar names in the game. They kept saying Parker this, Parker that. Like, well, who that? you know, that can't be Bernard Children. But P. Nanny, he is Groove now.
Yeah. Yeah. We gonna keep that on the low.
He is Bruce, all right? You know, hey,
He said that
there might be his
groove.
kids. There might be his
Come on,
kids. I don't
man.
know.
Money, you remember? You remember?
But I saw when I saw Eric team play, it made me think about us, man, because he
Eric ain't
had
got
about
number speed.
he had about 4 guys on that team, number speed, man.
Number speed.
Yeah.
Everything. Quarterback. Everything.
Everybody just flat out getting it, man.
It's going.
And so I'm out there like a kid. I'm a kid all over again, man. Just having a good time watching it.
Oh man.
So
He never got grandchildren. We got grandchildren playing. We got our little nephews playing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Wow.
We got little nephews playing.
I got a grandson. I have a grandson that play with Eric.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Man.
Isaiah. Name's Isaiah Lane.
Isaiah, what was his number?
42.
42? Okay.
52.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, listen, man. It was a special time for me, man.
Oh yeah, man.
Special time. So now they had some Parker boys all over the first 2 games. I'm like, these jokes are baby kids. They don't die, they multiply.
And you thinking they all groove, huh? Groove got something to do with it.
Because you know, let me say this. When I was a kid, you know the family who was like that, like y'all, it was the Cornelius family.
Oh, yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
there's a whole bunch of them that can just play. They play anything, right? And
Yeah.
so I ended up having a chance to play high school ball with the Cornelius family. I'm telling you, man, they were special guys, right?
Yeah, them dudes.
Yes, well.
Especially in basketball.
Yeah, Charles went down to Miami.
Anything.
The Dolphins.
Charles Cornelius played with the Dolphins.
Yeah.
You know, we had something real special because I remember when I was in high school when Randy got drafted by the Baltimore Colts, right?
Yeah.
When Randy Strong got drafted, you know, we be out the Carver High working out. I'll be throwing balls. I'm just a young high school quarterback, and I'm out here throwing to Randy Strong, right? And you know, Randy had that look on his face. You was always scared of Randy, right?
Oh yeah.
Randy like he wanted to hurt somebody all the time, right?
Yeah.
So we working out, and I'm throwing the ball. I throw the ball to Randy every down. Man, he came in the huddle one time. He was so tired. He said, "Bob, you can throw the ball to somebody else, right?" I was afraid he was gonna get on me. I was afraid he was gonna get on me if I ain't throwing the ball because he had that look on him. But
No, Randy taught us like Aaron Fatby, TJ Doug, Aaron Price. He taught us how to tackle. And he had a drill. That is called hit it to the fury.
Okay.
Which is called bull in the rain now.
Bull in the rain.
Randy called it hit it to the fury back then. And man, you either get hit, get out of the rain and go home.
Go home, right? And then hey,
made a man action.
Well, see, one of the things that I didn't have growing up, right? Because my story goes different because all I can do is run the ball, catch the ball, and throw the ball, right? I wasn't trying to hit nobody when I was young. I wasn't trying to hit nobody. Matter of fact, bump one day in practice. I don't know if y'all remember this. Right? So one day in practice, Bernard, I'm playing right halfback. And I don't know what the play was. I was supposed to block somebody, and I didn't make the block. And Bump was tired of me not blocking. Because I was thinking this way, well, why I got the block? Just give me the ball. I can take it all the way. So I didn't understand, right? And so I was confused. Yeah. Why do you want me to block? You know, so anyway, he was tired of me not blocking. So he blew the whistle. He told the offense to go get in the huddle. Then he told me to come up there. He said, step up here. I stepped up there. He took the ball and knocked the wind out of me in my belly. Bam!
I remember that. I think I remember that.
I went to the ground. He said, get up. So I get up. He turned to the defense. He turned to Thad and him and said, I'm going to blow the whistle. He said, and I want y'all to hit Bobby. And he turned to me and he said, "You better not fall down." So he looked and he tagged me. And, you know, Thad was leading the group, him and DB. Bam, bam, bam. He said again. He said again. Bam, bam, bam.
That was his favorite.
And he said again the third time, right? Now I'm crying. I'm crying now, right? I'm crying now. He looked at me. He said, "You ready to block now?" I said, "Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm ready."
That was his favorite word.
You remember the one thing he used to do when you didn't do what he wanted you to do? You take your whole uniform off and put it over there and you run a lap. And every time you get to it, you have to stop.
Get on your knees. Without the
Hey, he made me do that one day.
Yeah, I did it.
Me too.
I did it.
We all experienced it.
You had to pray to the uniform, then take off and run again.
Run again. Yeah. Now, and people forget, Plumosa had like 3 baseball fields back there. That was a big old field back there.
That was a big old field.
That was a big old field, right? Now, see, I'm thankful now. When I think about those times, y'all, I'm thankful that my parents didn't take me to practice. Because if my mama would have saw that, she would have took me off the team. She would have took me off the team, right?
Yeah.
And you know, my dad a preacher. You ain't gonna be praying on uniform. No, you gotta come home. But
you know what? You know what's different, Bobby? You know what's different from the generation now? We walk to Plumosa every day after school.
Every day.
We walk to practice and walk home.
Every day.
But now you can't. Now, if one of your nieces and nephews need to go 2 blocks, they want you to drop them off.
You better drop them off. They ain't gonna go.
They ain't gonna go.
Exactly.
They're gonna stand in the front yard and wait on the ride.
There you go.
They're not gonna walk 2 blocks.
And what people don't realize, now we know this, but Plumosa was right by Atlantic High School.
Exactly.
So that was a long way from where we live. That was a long way.
Yeah.
We got there every day, didn't we now?
Every day on time.
Every day on time.
One late. Yeah.
You better be on time.
So I'm gonna ask every one of y'all, and Thad, I'm gonna start with you this time, Thad. I want you to think about 1970 and what we accomplished, because you know the first game we lost that game. I think it was like, was it 24-0, something like that? I think it was 24-0, right?
Was the Plantation?
Lost the Plantation.
Right.
Plantation.
And y'all know who was the running back, the featured running back for Plantation that year, right?
Keith Washington.
Keith Washington.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? So Plantation came to Delray and beat us by 4 touchdowns. The first game of the year. Now, at that game, Bump had me playing quarterback that whole game. Okay? And then he saw where, hey, look, we ain't throwing the ball. They just wasted me, right? So then he started alternating me and Peanut started bringing in the plays. Right? On the sideline, right? Right, Peanut?
Right.
Yeah.
And then Winston became the quarterback.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's when things seemed to start to gel, right? You know, because it was like, well, what you gonna do? You can't put your best defenders on one side because our starters was Nelson McMurray was the starting fullback.
Right.
Yeah.
Van was the left halfback. Bernard was the right halfback.
Right.
Yeah.
With that right there alone, how you gonna stop it? You know, we'll get Van running the sweep. And then we'll come with that crossbuck 32 with Bernard. And Bernard was a slasher. Bernard gonna make them cuts, you know, and get in that hole. And he gonna slash. He was a slasher. You know, Van was a power back.
Right.
With speed. Peanut was a slasher.
Yeah.
Peanut
was a slasher.
Me and Peanut had the same thing. We get it. We gonna put their head back. We gone. We don't have to do much. We just gonna run everybody. We gone. We gone. So when y'all think about that time, tell me y'all recollection of that year as a whole. Dad, I want to start with you.
That was a great year. I mean, it was a great year.
It was.
Unbelievable year. We did what we had to do, you know, that was it. But then Keith Washington came, ended up playing with us later.
The next year he came.
Right.
He came with the next year?
The next year he came.
Yeah, okay. It was a exciting year for us. We won that championship.
One thing about Keith
They beat Plantation, I think, didn't it? Championship.
Yeah, we beat
We beat Plantation in the championship.
We played them in the championship and we beat them.
On their home field.
Yep.
Right.
We beat them, and it was like it was a 6-6 game until about 19 seconds in the game.
Yes.
And we had run 3 plays, and it was 4th and goal. And Bump gave me the ball on a sweep, and I got it in the end zone. And that's how it game.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
As soon as I scored,
And did the funky chicken.
And did the funky chicken.
That's always cheap.
And did the funky chicken. That was the day. Bill White. Remember?
Hey, you remember? Yeah.
I remember. Hey, I remember this more than anything. I cried like a baby.
Yeah.
I
We was
cried.
all excited.
I cried
We
like
was
a
all
baby.
excited.
Dream come true.
So, bro, what that year was like for you, man? Cause I mean, you was one of the horses, man.
After we lost that first game, you remember the hard practice we had?
Oh yeah.
That Monday, we had a hard practice.
You got a hard practice, right?
And as far as running back, I started watching them running backs on TV like OJ and
That's right.
all them, and got better and better.
That's right.
Oh man, I knew it wasn't nobody that could stop us.
Nobody could stop.
We had too much speed.
We had number speed.
Too much
man.
speed.
We
We ain't lose no more games.
That's right. That's right.
We took it all the way.
We ran the table from that.
And it was, but I tell you what, remember, Bobby, you wouldn't believe this. You remember that little trophy they gave us?
Right.
You remember that little silver trophy they gave us?
Yeah, I remember.
Man, I just threw that thing away about 3 years ago.
What?
Yeah.
Hey.
I still had it.
Well, let me tell you this. I still got mine. I still got mine.
Oh, I just throw it away, man.
I should have brought it up.
I just threw that trophy away about 3 years ago, man.
Hey,
You still got it.
I still got it. And then let me tell you
You still got it, Bobby.
I still got it. And let me tell you what Bump did for me. Man, listen, Bump had a way of making me cry all the time, right? So
Yeah.
when I got to the league, they had a day for me in Delray, right? They had
we was there.
And then at the Pompey Park, they had this ceremony, and Bump gave me the team trophy. I got the team trophy in here.
Oh, yeah?
The second time I got it.
I'm coming to get that.
Matter of fact, when we get off the show, I'm gonna go get them for you. I'm gonna show them to y'all.
Oh man,
I got it downstairs right now.
Oh man,
ain't that something, Drew?
Listen, man. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I played a lot of football. I played 24 years of football in a row, right?
Yeah.
So there's been a lot of special moments, right? But I'm gonna tell y'all right now, the most special moment was the 1917 for me, right? Because to me, it was like it's when I got to start. The way Bump coached us, he pushed us. He was always on our case. He pushed us.
Yeah.
He ain't have no favorites now.
No favorites.
Nobody have no favorites now. And so he pushed us in the back. He worked us hard. And this is what I found out when I played for Bump. That this is not about one person. Football is not a one-person show.
No.
It's about the whole team. And
the whole team.
Everybody got to do their part. Everybody got to play their role. So when he asks you to block, he expects you to block.
Yes, sir.
This ain't got nothing to do with how fast you are. This is a team sport. And so I learned that from him. But I always go back. I've had a lot of great moments in my life, but the 1970 team was one of the greatest. If not, because there'll
never be another.
It was the beginning. It was the beginning.
That was when we planted our football seed right there.
That's right.
We planted our football seed right there.
Right there.
We planted our seed, and that was it.
And we were gone. And then all of us got a chance. Now Thad didn't play with us no more because Thad was younger than us in the first place.
No.
So we all go up and we play 105 the next year.
Yeah.
And I really learned that year that, man, this ain't about you. Because they moved me from the backfield to wide receiver.
Yeah, I remember that.
I can catch the ball. But, back then, you don't hardly throw the ball.
Yeah.
You
can't shine.
I never hardly touched
How you gonna shine?
I was mad the whole time. And then, I don't know if y'all remember this, P. Nanny. Joe Chaney got hurt in the playoff game. And I was the second string quarterback. And they put me in the game against Margate. And I almost brought us back, throwing the football. We ended up losing that game, right?
Right.
And then for me, the first year, 8th grade, we went to the 130. Man, I sat that bench. That was the hardest thing for me. So we go from
it's still bothering you, Bobby.
Oh, to this day. But now, I want y'all to hear this now. This is important now, especially for little kids. This is important. It hurt me that I was sitting the bench. I was mad every night, but I didn't quit. First of all,
no.
I went to practice every night, trying to prove to them that I can play. But it's like they didn't look at me, right? But Red Odom every night, Bobby, I need you to help on defense. And I was like, I don't play defense. Give me the ball.
You ain't hitting nobody.
I would tell him, give me the ball. Put me on. I said, I don't hit nobody. I said, I don't do that. Every night. Bobby, come on now. I need you over here. I said, Coach, I ain't doing that. And then it finally settled in on me. And it said, you know what? They're not going to play me. I'm playing my Bubba Brown in the 10th grade. I'm in the 8th grade, right? Because Bubba had that late birthday.
Right.
Bubba can still play on the 130. So I'm playing behind Bubba. Bubba a big old dude. And they got little old man tight end. What am I playing tight end? So anyway, it came to me, man. It came to me. I'm going to go to practice tonight. I'm going to do what Red asked me to do. And I'll never forget it. Like I said, I ain't know how to tackle nobody. But they gave the ball to Alvin Price in practice. And I went up, ran there as hard as I could, and flipped him over, and the ball came out in practice. And everybody jumped on my back. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. What we talking about? I couldn't hardly see nothing after that, right? I used my head. I was really knocked out. But the lesson there was I learned how to tackle from that point on. I started working on it every week, every night with Red. He was teaching me because they had me playing middle linebacker. Dad, I ain't no middle linebacker. You know I ain't no middle linebacker. He had me playing middle linebacker every night in practice. Against Alvin Price, against Lorenzo Haynes. They got me playing middle linebacker.
Yeah.
But I learned how to tackle. And so I'm in the 8th grade. The next year we come back, and it was our team again. It was just like 130. I was just like 80 pound all over again. It was our team.
Yes, sir, all of us.
It was all of us again.
We had Larry then. I think we had Larry then.
We had Larry then, and we had Tim Butts.
Yeah.
We had Larry and Tim Butts. And so we had all them, and then we won it again, and then we go to high school, right?
Yeah.
So I go out for JV. I'm thinking I'm going out for JV. I didn't know at Atlantic, JV and varsity practice together.
Yeah, they practice same thing at both.
Well, had I known that, I probably would have been too afraid to go out there, to be honest with y'all, right?
Yeah.
Because Atlantic, my 9th grade year, they went to the state championship game. And, most of that team had came back. Luther Mosley, Alex St. Phil, Laurie boys, they were back. But man, I don't know what happened to me between that time I grew up. I don't know if I got hair on my arms for the first time. I got hair down there between my legs and all that kind of stuff. I'm changed. That's all I know. But I ended up the next year as a 10th grader starting on the varsity at free safety. Now, what if Red Odom never taught me to tackle?
Right.
Think about that now.
You'd have been pulling that pine.
I would have been pulling that pine. But think about this. So think about this, bro. 2 years after the 10th grade year, our senior in high school, hardly anybody recruited me to play quarterback. But everybody in the country recruited me to play DB.
DB, yeah.
I would have missed the boat. I would have missed the boat. You know, we were if you were a black quarterback in 1977, the Division I school,
you was going to cornerback anyway.
They were not interested in you, period.
You was going to cornerback anyway.
I was going to cornerback. That's right. That's
you was going there anyway.
That's the they took a chance on you, right? So anyway, it worked out. So I went to Florida State as a corner. I played early. You know, 4 years later, I get drafted. Y'all know.
We prayed for you, bro.
Not that.
We prayed for you, bro. We prayed for you.
Hey, bro, them prayers sure was answered. But
we
that.
prayed for you, bro. We watch you, Bobby. We watch when you was on. It wasn't nothing to do with be in front of the TV.
Be in front of the TV. But
that's it. When you played, oh, we had about 20, 30 jokers, man, watching you, man.
Wow, man, that's cool, man.
We prayed for you, man.
That's cool. Hey.
Oh yeah, man.
Listen, I can feel y'all because one of the things
I still got that picture you autographed for me.
Bobby Van Dyke here.
Who?
You autographed a picture for me.
You got it?
I still got it.
Oh wow, that's crazy, man.
They already got you on the phone in there. We already live.
Well, hey, Peanut, let's get Van here, Bobby.
Hey, all right, put him on. Put him on.
Put him on in there, Peanut.
I know you guys get me, man.
What's up, boy? What's up?
I'm all right, my brother.
Man, we appreciate you coming, man. We know you had a long day, man.
Oh, it's been a long, long day, my man.
Yeah, thank you for coming, man. Hey, we sitting here just reminiscing, man, talking stuff, man. This guy, ladies and gentlemen, Preston Van Williams. Let me tell you something about this dude right here. This dude right here was the fastest out of all of us, right? He was the fastest guy, and he was the strongest guy. Van was born like he was in the weight room. He was
you can't believe everything you hear.
When he was 19 years old, he was running people over, looking them up, right? so let me tell you something about that, man. So when we started playing rock ball, and we left Spady, and y'all went to Boca, and I went to Carver, right? Next thing you know, I'm competing against Van in track and field at Carver, right? He at Boca Middle School. I'm at Carver Middle. And, I'm thinking I'm going to beat him. I can't beat him, right? I can't beat him. We're like neck and neck. He always beat me in the – what we used to run? We're in the 100-yard dash. Did we run a 60?
It was 100 meters.
100-yard dash.
100-yard dash.
All right. Van was running – tell me if I'm wrong, Van. I think in 8th grade, you was running like about a 10-4, maybe 10-4, something like that. 10-4, 10-5. 10-3 in 8th grade. And I think I was running – my best was like a 10-4. So I'm in his hip pocket. I can't beat him. So then we go to high school. He running from Boca High, I run from Atlantic High. And sometimes I get him, and then he'll get me. And I was like, okay, I'm getting better now. Because, I beat him 1 or 2 times. And then all of a sudden, Van ran like a 800-yard dash. And I saw it in the newspaper. I called him up. I said, man, what you doing? Do you remember that? And this is what he did, Bernard. He said, meet me down to the beach. So I don't know why he wanted me to meet him to the beach, right? He wouldn't tell me nothing he was doing. He said, meet me down to the beach. And so I met him down to the beach off Atlantic Avenue. He said, look, man, this is what I'm doing. He said, I'm working out in this sand on the beach. That was the best thing he could do for me, man.
Yeah.
My time started to go down. And then I broke our school record my senior year, Van. I broke the school record, ran a 9,500-yard dash. And broke the school record because of that beach sand.
I'm glad
that's what we went when we came home from college. All of us went to the beach.
Always to go to that beach, man. That beach was magic.
Go to that beach.
Well, Van introduced me to that sand, man, out there in that beach, man. And
that was a good workout.
We always had a great relationship, even though when we competed against each other, right? We were always pulling for each other all the time. And it started because of our relationship playing for Bump Mitchell on the 80-pound.
Jerry Rock.
Right?
The Rock.
Jerry Rock.
Jerry Rock.
With the Rock.
So, man, if you can remember, what can you remember? Tell us about what you remember from that 1970 85-pound team. What do you remember?
Vaguely, everybody were awesome players. We had so many superstars. We had Bernard, yourself, had Larry Cossey, had P-Man. Everybody were awesome in their own right.
Exactly.
And that stands out to this very day. I mean, everybody was just as good as the other person.
Exactly. Well, I tell you, we were loaded with talent. I mean, it was just amazing. I was telling them before you came, I had a chance to go to homecoming this year, and I got a chance to see Eric Davis' team. And they looked just like we did.
Just like it.
They got 4 or 5 guys. Any one of them touch it, they were gone, man. I'm going, wow, some things don't change in Delray, right? I was so excited watching those kids, man, you know. And I called my son, my son Bryce. He lives in Arizona, right? I said, bruh, y'all need to get from out there. Y'all need to move to West Palm Beach County, and you need to get little Braden, my grandson, playing with the Delray Rocks. He just turned 4 yesterday, right? So he's got some potential. So I said, man, you need to move from Arizona and get back and leave from over and come back over here and put him in this fire down here. Because, I do believe that when you play for an organization like that, when you get in a culture like that, it's contagious. It's contagious.
You got competition.
Well, why does every kid in Delray want to play football? Answer the question. It's contagious.
Because watching people like you from Delray on TV, they want to follow your footsteps. They want to be on TV.
But think about it. All right, so we grew up watching Barry Hill. We grew up watching Greg Dobson.
Yeah.
We grew up watching Pop Grover. We grew up watching Abraham Wooten. We grew up watching Anthony Penn, Barry Hill, Randy Strong. And so when you watch those guys, the bar was set high.
Yeah.
And then we started playing football when they were in high school. We started playing football right about the same time.
Yeah.
And so I know for me, I used to always, when I played football in the street, I would have on a t-shirt. I would get a magic marker. My mom would threaten me to whip me every time. I put number 10 on my shirt, and I put Penn on the back. And I go outside and pretend to be Anthony Penn. That's what I did all the time, right?
You imitating him.
Man, he was the greatest quarterback, high school quarterback in Delray.
He dropped back so far.
Oh my God. Man, what couldn't he do? Right? What couldn't he do?
Man.
And so he went to Cookman and smashed records. Matter of fact, I'll tell you a quick story. My oldest son was a basketball player, right? And so he was being recruited by some guys. Florida State had started to recruit him in basketball. So the assistant coach called me one day, right? And he said, Bobby, this is Coach so-and-so. He said, I'm calling to talk about Brenton. I said, okay, well, cool. I'm glad y'all got him on your list, right? So we started talking briefly. Then he said, well, where are you from? I said, I'm from Delray Beach. Here's the next 2 words came out of his mouth. Anthony Penn is the greatest thing I ever see play behind the center.
Yeah, man.
I go, what? Amazing. I go, how you know him? He said, I went to Cookman. And we stopped talking about my boy, and all we talked about for the next 2 hours was Anthony Penn.
Man, he used to drop back so far and just throw.
Man, that guy was special. So
was he special, man?
Yeah, we're truly blessed.
So Van, when you watch Carver High play, any of those backs you want to be like? You ever thought about that? Any of the guys?
Well, the person that stood out to me was, like you said, was Anthony Penn. I mean, he stole the show.
Man, he was a monster. He was a monster, man. He was a real monster, man.
Randy Strong.
Randy Strong. Hey, man, the way they play football, man, they set the bar high. And they were winning championships on top of that. So when we played rock ball, it wasn't enough for us to do was win championships, right?
Yes, sir.
And we did that every year except 1 year, by the way. We won a championship every year except when we went to 105.
130.
130.
Was 105?
No, we won both years at 130.
105.
105 we lost. 105 we were 8-3.
105.
105 we were 8-3. We lost to Margate in the playoffs. I remember like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Yep. And so.
Good morning. Plantation.
Well, you got to do it, Delray. You're right. Plantation.
First game.
We played Plantation for a championship that year. But listen, man, it was nothing better but having the opportunity to play rock ball.
Right.
I don't know how y'all feel about that, but I know for me,
Oh man,
rock ball really set the table for us. It gave us a chance to play organized ball, but we played in a very competitive league because you had teams like Boca was a pretty good football team. Boca always had a pretty good football team. And then you get deep into Lauderdale with Wilton Manor, Western, Lighthouse Point, Gillis Brothers. And Gillis Brothers was pretty good. Sunrise, yeah, all of them. But them white boys at Plantation was no joke. The white boys at Plantation were pretty good now.
Yeah, they not
Northwest.
Not as good as Keith Washington.
Skeet was the thing now. So man, we were talking about all the talent with the Rocks, and we were talking about the talent from high school and like Carver High. It was so full of talent that you had to wait your turn, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of guys didn't really get their turn until their senior year. And then you had some guys in Delray, like Ronnie Mack, like Dennis Matthews, Rock Matthews, Horace Bush, Simmy Taylor, Doug Davis. Those guys went to Seacrest.
Right.
They played at Seacrest. All of them. So you think about Big E, Ernie Williams. They all played at Seacrest, right? Before integration. The line was so long. And so if we hadn't integrated, we all of us talk about playing for Carver, for Coach Coffey at Carver, but the line would have been real long.
Yeah, the integration.
Not only at Carver, you had the guys in Delray, you had the guys in Boca Raton and Boynton as well.
And Boynton Beach.
So we'd have been playing high school ball with Kirby Jordan, with Ronald Raz. Think about that.
Yeah, all those guys are awesome.
Yeah, we played against them.
Think about that, Van.
Scary.
Think about that now.
That's scary. That's scary.
It's scary, right? It's scary. So it's like we'd have been waiting in line to get an opportunity to play. Even at Atlantic, this is some things a lot of people that didn't go to Atlantic, that went to Boca, didn't know this. As great as Mo Wesley was, Mo Wesley played 1 year of varsity football at Atlantic.
That's something to think about. That's incredible.
Chuck Jones, as good as Chuck Jones was, Chuck Jones played his senior year. David Peel, y'all remember David Peel, right?
Yeah.
As good as David Peel was, he played 1 year of varsity football at Atlantic High School. That's how deep we were. And I know y'all was deep because you had Van, you had Evan Price, you had Fred Gaines, you had Doug Parker, you had Vince Strong. You had a whole bunch of guys down there trying to get to 140. Right? So I know what y'all was dealing with.
You had to wait. Eddie Williams.
So man, so now Bernard, for you, when you went to high school, they moved you played corner safety.
I played both.
Both?
Both. Some plays I'm in safety, some plays I was in corner.
Okay.
Well, I had J.O. You remember J.O.?
J.O. I know J.O.
J.O. took my defensive back skills to another level.
Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely.
He took me to another level.
Absolutely. Now, Van, you never played defense at Boca, right?
A little bit in junior and 9th, 10th grade. I played a little bit. I went both ways.
Okay. But your last 2 years, you were just mainly playing offense.
That's correct.
Now, one of the things that Atlanta, Juice. He wore number 32, ladies and gentlemen. He wore number 32. So one of the things at Atlantic that was different. Now, I want y'all to hear this now. We only carried 28, 30 players. That's it.
Huh?
That was it?
No, we carried what, 48?
Oh, y'all were big. Y'all were big.
We carried 48 players.
We carried 28, 30, but the best players played both ways. So we had about every year we had about 4 to 6 players playing both ways. So I played quarterback my junior, senior year, and I played safety. I was the punter. I was the punt returner. I was deep on kickoff return.
You did it all.
I did everything except run down the kickoff team. And I was the quarterback. Think about that. Mo Wesley, when he played, running back, cornerback, we were both deep on the punts and kickoff return. So, you know, all of us played both ways. Elijah Davis, as great as he was running the ball at fullback, he played defensive tackle. Steve Cornelius, I threw more touchdown passes to Steve Cornelius than anybody at playing quarterback at Atlantic. He played defensive end on defense. So Nelson McMurray, who was also on the team with us on the 85-pound team, we know Nelson as a place kicker, right?
Right.
Yeah. Nelson played running back at Atlantic. He brought in the plays. He alternated bringing in the plays sometimes, especially my senior year. And so
you was there when Chuck Cunningham was there?
Now Chuck Cunningham was a real deal, Bernard. Oh,
that boy played some linebacker.
Oh, Chuck Cunningham, man. Let me tell you, Chuck Cunningham. And see, here's the crazy thing: none of those guys played rock ball. I didn't know anything about those guys till we started putting uniform on at Atlantic High School. You know, the Cornelius family, none of them played for the Rocks.
No.
All of them were great ball players in multiple sports. Tim Cornelius, we can never get Tim Cornelius to play football, though. He played basketball, ran track. Tim Cornelius high jumped 6'10" in the 10th grade at Atlantic. Think about that. And I kept telling him, begging him, I said, bro, you need to come out here. Let me throw you some balls, right? Yeah. You know, he ran track. I mean, he ran on our a relay van. Tim won. And then, you know, Steve was a monster. Now, Steve Cornelius, man, woo, he was a monster. Yeah, but we only carried. But here's what will happen to us every year, though, because we carried low numbers. Every year in the semifinals of the playoff, we had at least 2 guys that get hurt. So now, as opposed to, you know, filling 2 positions, we got to fill 4 because they play both ways.
Yeah.
You follow what I'm saying? So my senior year, we get on the bus this morning to go play for the state title up in Ocala against Panama City Bay High. That morning, before we got to the school, Keith Baker had a car accident.
Wow.
Keith Baker.
Keith Baker. Keith Baker, our stud defensive end, and our tight end. 2 positions we got to fill the morning of the before we leave to go to play the doggone game. So that happened every time we got in the state title game. We had too many holes missing. But yet and still, everyone we played in, you know, it was like my freshman year, I didn't play. I was with you guys, but they lost 7-0. My junior year, we lost, I think, 9-12 to Ocala Forest at Atlantic. Then we lost by 1 point my senior year. And we have all those guys missing in the championship game. But
was Larry there?
Didn't bring home the bacon.
Now see, Larry got hurt, Van, right before our first game our senior year. So the year Larry was supposed to be the star, he got hurt. Larry was going to carry the ball more than anybody our senior year going into the game. And we should do this this blocking drill, running backs against linebackers and defensive end, one-on-one blocking. That was one of our deals we did. And then Jerome Burgess, who was a monster player as well, linebacker and tight end. Jerome Burgess was in the 2-point stands, standing over Larry. Larry's in the 3-point stands, and we finna block, do the blocking drill. And Jerome, you know, gave him a forearm to the head, and he messed his neck up.
Wow.
So Larry didn't really start playing till like mid to late season, the first year, his senior year. So then, of course, Keith Washington was the man, and then Keith gets hurt. So now everything's on me now. So I'm trying to do everything, but we were undefeated. I mean, we made it happen. You know, we made it happen. We beat everybody.
Because they had the man.
But why wouldn't they let us play against each other?
You know what? You know what?
Well, I mean, they wouldn't let us play against each other after we left.
I know. You know, I'm gonna say this. Now this is what I believe. This is what I believe, right? I believe because when we integrated, most of Delray was angry that Roger Coffey was not the head coach at Atlanta. Everybody in Delray thought Coach Coffey should have got the Atlantic job.
Yeah, no question about it.
Right, and he should have. He should have.
He should have.
But he didn't. And Randy Cooper was the head coach. But Randy Cooper and Coach Coffey was like this. A lot of people don't know that. Randy Cooper and Coach Roger Coffey were best of friends.
Yeah.
And so Coach Coffey would say nothing negative about the situation. It was what it was, right? And I believe they didn't want Coach Coffey to beat Atlantic High School, and and vice versa, right? So they never let us play. And then
they wouldn't be.
And then they know y'all Negroes down there fight. Y'all fought for about 4 to 6 years. Y'all fought everybody at the high school for 4 to 6 years.
Come on, man. Come on. Not the ball player, but you in the man.
So anyway, we didn't play. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm glad we didn't play. Looking back now, right? I'm glad we didn't play, right? Because you know how rivalry goes, right? And we all from Delray.
Nobody want to lose.
You're right, and you don't want everybody to lose, right? I want Atlantic to win. Y'all want to win. If y'all win, I'm gonna be mad. To this day, we'll be arguing about it right now. But what I do love, this is what I do love. The argument is always this. We'll say, y'all couldn't beat us. We beat everybody y'all couldn't beat. We beat them all, right? And then Doug will say this. Your brother Doug will say this. He said, now, Bobby, when we play each other, forget that record. He said, you got to throw the records out the game. And he right. Because when Florida and Florida State play, forget how good they are. Throw the records out. Miami and Florida State play, throw the records out. It don't matter.
Throw them out.
Me and Mike Rump was arguing this past year before the game. I said, man, Florida State gonna get y'all this year. I said, why? I said, in Tallahassee, because they always play well in Tallahassee. I said, we're gonna get y'all. We won the game. I ain't talked with Mike. I haven't talked with Mike since. He hasn't talked since. Well, we're gonna catch up sooner or later. We're gonna catch. But I'm glad because of that, I'm glad we never played. Because I got mad respect for y'all. I know we all got respect for each other. And all we can do is argue that point. All we woulda, right? And so so we both win, right? We really at this point we both win, right? We do both win. So it was good. Well, listen, man, that's the end of our show, man. Hey, we gotta do this again.
Hey, man, we love you, man.
Hey, love you too.
Love you, Bob.
Thank you guys for your time. P. Nanny, appreciate you, Doc.
All right, my brother.
Van, thanks so much.
All right, Bobby.
It's been real.
Well, if you like the show, ladies and gentlemen, this is our show tonight. Comment, share it with your friends. This is Bobby Butler, the host of the Legend segment with 100 Yards of Football. We'll see you next week. Peace.